Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
Oh, the picture changed.
Okay, all our preparations are just about set. Now that this is actually happening, I've got some pre-show jitters.
All this royalty? It always felt they lived in a different world to the likes of me. Never figured I'd be walking alongside one myself.
'Tis proof that bloodline decides nothing. We are one people living in a shared world.
Looks like this is gonna be our last mission. Any final words you want to say?
We can be uncertain, huh? We'll stick with the answers and the personality I've kind of set up through the game, but it'd be fun to see what that one's brought us to.
We can't give up. Stand strong to the end.
Of course. No way we're losing here. I've got the fire in my eyes now.
About the new stuff you've felt and learned since becoming the prince. Can I ask you one more thing? Why is it that you want to be king? It's not about honor or power, is it?
Oh. Don't care for honor, but for power. To protect the country, its people, and what? Just bring about safety for the tribes, right?
I want to protect this country and its people.
'Tis the answer I hoped for. As your knight, I will ever serve you with all my soul and ability.
Well, I guess this means we're ready as we're gonna be.
Oh. Okay, am I allowed to go other places? Like here?
Oh, come on.
Son of a gun.
Let's move!
Hey, let's go to Grand Trad and stop Luis
You
for
see?
sure this time. I doubt all in Grand Trad will give us a warm reception. Still, should we choose not to fight, then Luis's victims only pile higher. Easy to say we'll help anyone, but doing it's a whole nother thing. All the more reason we gotta prove we're serious by putting our lives on the line. We'll lead by example. Besides, it won't be the first time we've crawled our way up from the bottom. You have all the underdogs on our team, don't we? Well,
After
minus
having
Juna.
made so many sacrifices, the group has gained new powers and ascertained new truths. Their arch-enemy, Luis, already has one hand on the throne. Even so, they march ever forward, spirits rekindled by battle. They head to Grand Trad, for the fight is far from over.
That Elden boy is nowhere to be found. I suppose it's only a matter of time until Luis takes the throne.
Speaking of which, I don't see the general.
The voice of the pro-Luis faction became too overwhelming. He was ultimately forced out of his position. Why is this happening? Even if the Sanctus Church's favor has collapsed, why is it that Luis alone is reaping the benefits?
The public mind is the same as it's always been. It's too difficult to find answers in themselves, so they follow those who provide. We've certainly relied on that ourselves.
It's always easier to follow than to have to make all the risks yourself. Now that we are out of ideas, what can we do?
Can you imagine Luis on the throne? Can you imagine what he'd do with us? We'd be the first on the chopping block. Do we hide? Run? Our ships are in port.
Is this really the time for idle chit-chat?
Who are you?
Just a passing wastrel. Thought I'd drop in for a word since I was in the area. You might have one way to survive.
Oh, Batlin takes center stage. Go for it, my dude.
Well then, let us depart.
Lord Luis, your pardon. We've encountered an unexpected snag. I killed the prince in the Elden village. I confirmed his death, yet it appears the boy candidate has merged with his corpse. It seems the prince is now resurrected.
Resurrected?
Yes, and what's more, the boy candidate was the actual prince after all. Something about his soul having traveled independently and then returning to his corporeal body.
I see. So his ideal form was spun from Magla. Whatever the case, this means the land's true prince has reawakened in his sanctum. How interesting. After these long years, my chase may finally come to an end. My nemesis awaits.
Lord Luis, what is it about that bastard that fascinates you? Yeah, I won't let it end like this. I have to do better. I need more power. I will show Lord Luis I am worthy of his gaze.
We'll soon be arriving above the royal capital.
Excellent. As planned, increase altitude and enter the royal palace in the sky.
Are you certain? We'll be heading directly to His Majesty, the former king, and...
Rest assured, that old fool is powerless to stop me now. Proceed.
Understood.
Let the final banquet begin.
Loading screen. There we go.
Come on, any takers? Any bets for the other candidates? Remember, if Luis loses, a silver coin could turn into mountains of reef.
What are you trying to say? You think Count Luis is going to lose?
Oh, no, of course not. I'll just say.
I'll call that bet. All in on His Highness the Prince.
A Sanctus bigwig gambling away his tides. This really is the end of the world. Didn't know his esteemed princeliness had any supporters left.
I mean, he's not really the prince, is he? Was actually a monster in disguise all along. Haven't you heard the news? The times we live in, I tell you.
Must be tough, being an easy mark. It didn't take much for you to buy everything Luis was selling about the prince. The fireworks went off the moment he said, "Behold." Remember? You don't think there's any chance Luis orchestrated the entire thing?
Oi, churchman! You saying Count Luis lied to us? You think he cast some big illusion?
An illusion, eh? What if I said it's a power more dangerous than that? Always struck me as odd. We all know Luis, the mighty human slayer, but how does he keep finding the things one after another? Seems a bit convenient, if you ask me. Like he knows in advance where these monsters will appear to cause havoc.
Easy to nitpick and gripe about him, isn't it, churchman? Maybe someone needs to shut you up.
All right. Let's keep things civil, eh? No sense becoming a monster yourself.
Oi! What's all this fuss about?
Damn it! When Count Luis is king, you'll all be the first at the gallows. You'll die just like Forden.
Well, they're probably just as anxious as the rest of us. All that yelling and thrashing helps fight it off. Humans have been sighted near the capital, after all.
It's more than that. Pockets of society have resented the upper class for ages now, but this might be the spark that lights the kindling. Luis's respect for power is certainly cruel, but it's fair to an extent. Those of us pushing the status quo have always struggled to understand the appeal.
Even then, everyone's on edge. They'll jump at any excuse to argue and snarl at each other. Never seen it this bad. Not normal, I say.
Blind fanaticism and doom go hand in hand. If we don't find some common ground soon, it'll collapse beneath us. Luis left saying that he'd be waiting at the royal capital. Only one place he could be. All eyes are on his Skyrunner as it rises to the flying palace. What are we about to see?
Ooh, that's gonna be one heck of an arena.
Ah, the royal palace. It's been a while. Do you hear me, O king? Stubborn and deathless? This country is distorted. You and the other titled authorities decide who grows fat and who is devoured. The country knows no war only because our very core is built upon a system of societal predator and prey. It cannot be defied from within. That is peace, but not order. Hand over the royal scepter. The game is over. The country needs change, and I will provide it.
Thou impertinent faith breaker, hast thou no shame in preempting the day of judgment?
Do you presume yourself a god? Is that why you wrought your face in stone and took it to the heavens? You're nothing. Just an ordinary, broken old man.
How wouldst thou wield the king's magic? To what end?
To purify all that your kind have left to rot. You threw away your ideals, but I will never make that mistake.
Only the people's chosen may take the throne. The royal scepter and its resting place remain beyond you.
This royal scepter, the royal magic. Did you think that only generations of kings were aware of their secrets? Why someone can manipulate world-changing power by use of only a single scepter? Why only those supported by the people can use it? Listen well, O king. The truth behind the royal magic. So it's true. The country truly is putrid with sin. In other words, if I took hold of it now, then I would have the power to change the world itself.
How didst thou learn of this?
How?
Thou wert elder.
You were not always blind to this country's rot. When you visited our sanctum, I saw and knew the passion in your heart. And yet, what happened to our village? What happened to this country?
Oh.
The old lady was right.
You cannot stop me any longer. Nor can anyone else. Save one lone possibility.
Snatching victory from the maw of catastrophe, the party descends again on the royal capital, Grand Trad. But they are greeted only by ominous skies. Their return hardly counts as a triumph, considering how they departed. Anticipating conflict, the Gauntlet Runner comes to a quiet stop.
What the hell's wrong with the sky?
Isn't that... Oi! That monster boy's come back!
Ah, that's why the sky's grown so hellish. The half-dead bastard returns with his head held high.
A more aggressive welcome than I expected. Would any introductions help them to understand?
It's useless. Words are cheap. Still, we should walk with pride instead of trying to keep our heads down.
True enough.
His Royal Highness, the Prince, returns. Luis distorted his form through strange and terrible magics, but the curse is now dispelled. His true form has been restored.
Oi, if that's really His Highness, then tell us why in His Majesty in the sky stop all this bloodshed?
Because he's an imposter! Just like Count Louis said! You'll not fool us again, beast!
Oi, calm down. At least listen.
And you! Never thought I'd see one of the Magnus brothers standing against Count Luis, even the thick one. He took in a parapus like you, and you spit on him. Scum! Only thing traitors deserve is a tight rope and a stiff beam. And you want us to support the prince?
Lady Juna, I can't believe this. I admired you. Why would you risk dying alongside some fake prince?
I don't intend on dying with anyone. Besides, I'm still me, whoever I'm standing with.
Hey, you chief! Weren't you the wretch who got kicked out of the knighthood? Now you're with this pack of throne chasers. Shame! Shame! Mustari girl! You ungrateful pagan! Count Luis brought down the Sanctus Church for you! How dare you strike out at him? They're all traitors, I say!
What is all this? The truth of the prince hardly matters to them. Every one of them's only concerned with their own emotions and nothing else.
We'll have your heads on pikes soon enough. Leave! Get out of our royal capital!
If they're just monsters, we can deal with them ourselves. How about it?
This is bad. They really are out for our blood. Has everyone gone insane?
Oi, over here! Don't bother with them. No talking this one out. You need to run, now!
Sure has come a long way, hasn't he? Batlin the Beast.
We weren't away from the city that long. What happened? Why are all the people so bloodthirsty now?
The prince turning into a monster before their eyes still lingers in their minds. After all, a monster entered into their society disguised as a person.
No, that's not...
I know, it's not true. But truth and how it appears to the citizens are different beasts. Moreover, humans have been sighted closer than ever before. The royal capital's populace is unused to danger, so they've become suspicious of each other. How fares your neighbor? Do you run in circles with monsters in disguise? Are questions on the tip of every tongue. Ever since Forden's death, Luis has everyone on a knife edge. He's erratic, and nobody knows how he'll react to those who defy him if push comes to shove.
So, at the core of it, people are scared witless, and they cling to Luis as a savior, rather than the devil he is.
You well know that Luis cares not one whit about social status, especially as a token of birthright. No amount of wealth or standing can buy his protection. So even those who may have opposed him at first now counsel that condemning him would be imprudent, as it puts their safety at risk.
Then we're stuffed. He won't save anyone. And oh yeah, he can create humans, by the way.
Oh, that's all true then. I have my suspicions, but it's still a bit of a jolt. This all said, in my humble opinion, what we're seeing in the people now has been in the works for some time. Now, has the tournament for the throne truly ever been a fair contest? The Sanctus Church bent it to its whim, and I abetted that. To my shame. Before I met you people, I didn't have much to me but anger and quips. Yeah, I'd rant and snipe and have my cynical little discourse, but I'd only looked to others for change. Now maybe that outlook's our real enemy. Blind fanaticism, like I had. Even if there's no malice to it, it's a dangerous thing. Hard to think clear when your mind's a muddy stream.
We've been told Magla is born from people's anxiety. Perhaps the proof is now before our eyes.
Kind of ironic. But we have to do something about it. If we don't, they'll never listen. We'll only ever be seen as an enemy.
I had the inn prepared. They won't let anyone in but you lot. Let's head there for now, shall we?
Okay. Kind of seeing where this is heading to. Okay, Nurse is heading back to the Gauntlet Runner. It seems like the city has calmed down, at least a tiny bit. They'd have a hard time wrecking our Gauntlet Runner, but we still shouldn't chance it. We should make our way over to the Hushed Honeybee. Everyone else has already gone ahead. Did these guys kill the Executioners? Oh no. It's too late to help these victims. Nothing left to say, poxy swine. This is what you get for selling out your own townsfolk. Yeah, they took him out. Jeez. Now is the age of power. It's time for the righteous to serve up a reckoning. This dead man is only the beginning. Those accursed nobles hoarding the money that's rightfully ours. Their very existence is a sin. Drag every last one of them out here, I say. Kill all the nobles. My goodness, people. It's absurd. What can I even do? One guard can't hold back a riot. Right, Your Highness? Prince? That's what you are, aren't you? Then you're responsible for this too. It's not me that should be up in those blasted gallows. You should be putting this country back to its right senses, you hear me? Oh my, oh my. Even with the city in such a state, this man refuses to budge. I feel like I've seen more and more like him, too. What a mess. To be honest, I half understood how he feels. I half understand how he feels. The town's in complete chaos. Sometimes even I want to just give up on everything. Yeah, I think these are all the potential humans here.
Gone to shite, this has.
Every bloke on the block's gone crazy. Is this Luis's fault, or is it yours? No, it doesn't matter. People are fighting each other on their own. Total rubbish, the lot of them. Fighting in a city that's poor enough as it is. Stealing from each other? What's the point? Everyone looks like they are giving up. Oh boy.
Let's move.
We've cleared everyone out. Let's hurry inside.
Everyone, I'm glad you made it back in one piece. Since you left, Luis's following has only grown.
Have you changed? You're still the same person, aren't you?
'Tis quite a story, but it deserves explaining. I only hope you can believe us.
Alright, wait a minute. Let me get this straight. I had thought all this business with declaring yourself the prince was a well-meaning bluff, but under the deception, you were, in fact, the actual prince. Is that right? Still, I mean, how do you get the whole country to believe your story? Is that even possible?
Frankly, I doubt it. We've just seen firsthand how far we'll get trying to talk the people down.
Then what will you do if this goes on?
But you're still you, yes? You came to help everyone, just like you helped me before, right?
That's right.
Yes, that's right. It'll all turn out fine.
Good.
I see. So, even if no one believes you, you're still determined to settle the score with Luis head on?
Even so, the gulf between us is wider than ever. The people have all but named him their champion. With so little time, a guileless appeal to the public may fall on deaf ears.
Hard luck for the honest knight. Not much room left for civil debate now that Luis is openly advocating killing his opposition. Well, that ship sailed when the king's magic faded. Anyway, if there is a key to turning the tide, first place I'd look is the castle in the sky. You saw how violent and volatile the city folk are now, but I don't think it's as simple as fearing Luis. I've been keeping an eye on the royal capital while you were off on your jaunt through the woods. Frankly, the change in public sentiment was too sudden, unnatural. It's as if they've been collectively drained of their sanity, and if I had to guess what's causing it...
You're implying it's Luis's doing? All the eeriness in the sky. Is that because...
Don't know.
but the change in the citizens is certainly odd. If something really is forcing it, that means we might still have a chance to fix it.
What Luis is doing in the royal palace, whether or not he truly desires a world overrun by humans, we won't know his mind until we confront him.
On the other hand, it may well be bait for a trap.
There's gotta be something up there.
Then it's settled. Head to the royal palace and put a stop to whatever Luis is cooking up. With that Skyrunner, you're the only ones who can. And we'll fight in the ways we can too. We'll make sure the whole kingdom hears that the real prince is back after all the strife he's been through.
Indeed. If you can make things better, you might just inspire everyone to remember their own hopes and dreams. Maria's been terribly patient, waiting for you and believing in you. It'd be nice to see her smile again.
Right.
If Luis is behind all these disturbances, then stopping him will only help us in the approval ratings. If we can restore civility and rational thought, it'll pave the way to defeating Luis. We must press on with faith in that.
I'll always believe in you. We'll all do our best, so you can be a good king.
Indeed. If we win, I suppose you really will be king.
We're counting on you, O king.
'Tis too late today for a grand charge, I fear. Let us take a night's rest, and on the morrow, we make for the castle.
What to pick?
What to pick indeed.
All right then. Where to?
Well, everything is still all grayed out. Hey. There's a ferry. I don't really want to be around the people outside because they're so weird lately. The people in here feel nice and warm though. I wonder why. It's like there's this optimism in here. And it's gotten stronger since you came in, actually. I can feel people's hearts unwinding. Pretty amazing. What kind of magic is that? I wish the people outside were like this. And just like that, they were gone. Okay, no one's hiding back here.
You...
Who would have believed you were His Highness, the actual prince? I apologize for the less than royal accommodations, but try to have a good rest regardless.
Oh, it's Mister.
No matter what happens, you're still you to me, mister. I'm going to keep cheering you on forever. No matter what I say, the people of Grand Trad are going to look down on you. It's times like these where your actions will speak louder than words. When they see you stand up to Luis, it'll be plain who's in the right. There's something of foul in the air in Grand Trad. Everyone seems so anxious. Those who oppose us do so with fervor, but there's also those who believe in us. We must press on.
Oh, hell.
Everyone is filled with so much anxiety. Now they don't know what to do. Public sentiment is very volatile at times like this. There's still a way to win. It's so different from when you were last in Grand Trad. Everyone's staring at you with such disdain in their eyes. We must remember you've still got people on your side. Let's just do what we can.
Your Highness.
And so His Highness returns to the royal capital in triumph and glory. In truth, I'd have liked to welcome him back with a grand feast. Oh well. The day shall come when the people too celebrate you in grand fashion. My spear is ever ready to ensure that that day comes. Am I able to go in this room ever? Oh my gosh. Always locked.
Honestly.
First, you were Luis's subordinate, then a false prince, and now you have awakened as his true highness. None have walked so strange a path as you, and after all of this, you still mean to be king.
Come on.
Some turnaround, eh? Last time we were here, people were falling all over themselves to welcome you. Now, the only thing I see in their eyes is fear. Even if you turned into a monster, Luis is the one making them. That's a fair bit scarier if you ask me. Okay. Time for bed. The bed is bigger and softer than the bunks in the Gauntlet. That's right. Princely, kingly quarters these are.
The day of the hero draws near, which shall see the crowning of a new king. 31 days remain.
There's a chance to turn things in?
To all the people who dwell in this land,
this voice?
Soon, naught but 1 month will remain. On the dawn of the day of the hero, the one who has inspired the greatest faith of the people shall inherit the kingdom. I bid thee forget not these words.
Wasn't expecting to wake up to such a spectacle, but I suppose that confirms it. This is where it ends.
Luis has already fortified himself behind the palace walls. Good thing we've got a Skyrunner, or it'd already be over for us.
Or perhaps it is us he has been waiting for all this time.
However disturbing the world looks now, 'tis only a prelude to the deadland Luis strives for.
Sky looks proper hellish already. And with all the humans out there, it's no wonder everyone's losing their grip.
Well, he wanted a fair world where strength decides everything. Funny how that's indistinguishable from absolute chaos.
But it's Luis who has the most support right now. And that wasn't born of deception. He broke the nation's order, and everyone knows it.
True enough. That's what got Ardell and I dreaming to begin with. Figured a world where the poor and weak get trampled on was a world worth breaking. Come to think of it, what do we all stand for, really?
Maybe hope.
A little broad, don't you think? I don't really know what everyone's talking about, but everyone who's seen you and your friends say you're amazing. You make them really, really happy. Because, you know, you've got all the tribes in your team. Everyone's different, but you keep working together and doing great. You're so cool.
A fair point. You're quite right, Maria. It is a hard thing to word, so forgive my fumbling. But perhaps it is a matter of standing for something Luis does not believe exists. We must prove that it does.
If you keep on believing in what you want, and you keep on working hard for it, it will come true.
That's right, love. I can think of plenty of people who would be much happier if they took a page from your book.
I see now. This is surely the essence of true magic.
Best of luck, Your Highness. After all those speeches about taking the throne, it'll be awfully irresponsible to go dying on us now.
If Luis claims victory, everyone will be sacrificed in his wake. We have to prevent that from happening. Whatever Luis is doing in the royal palace has to be stopped as soon as possible, and it's up to us to do it.
Right, thank you.
Well, we'd best keep an eye on the calendar. The king's deadline was the dawn of the day of the hero, so we've got until the day before. And that won't be the end of things either. Even if people come to their senses, it would amount to nothing if Luis sits upon the throne. Personally, I think we should prioritize our main objective here. I'm sure we'd get it done, but we have to make sure we have at least 1 day to spare before the day of the hero.
We've got a few days left, so it's up to you how we spend them. When we set off, let's do it with no regrets. So Luis is hiding in the floating royal palace here. We have to stop him. I won't accept King Luis. That's...
Okay, but we have 31 days, right? We don't have to go now. Dread. That's quite the weather. Dread weather.
Let's put an end to this.
Okay, head to the Royal Palace in the sky to save the world from being driven into madness by Luis. This man with his ruinous aspirations for the future must not succeed the throne. Okay, a mission with a deadline has begun to challenge the Airborne Palace to part from the Round Table and the Gauntlet Runner. Due to Magla disturbances throughout the kingdom, the entire country is experiencing dread weather. If that wasn't bad enough, be cautious of an inclement weather called Blight. The abilities of your followers and their support will be indispensable when it comes to surpassing Luis and being crowned the new king. Use this time to ensure you'll have no regrets when you depart. Prevent Luis's destructive vision and rescue the kingdom's future before the day of the hero arrives.
So?
Okay, you need to be absolutely sure that you're ready for anything before we head in. That place has definitely changed from the last time you were there. Okay, I can turn my quest in. Yes. Okay, on the surface, a flying castle sounds romantic. A shame Luis is waiting inside. Regardless, are you ready to go to the Royal Palace? Hang on, we're not doing that.
Mister!
You're here. Oh, drawings, that's right. We can give her some drawings. Okay, we got the Solstice Crossing.
Wow.
It's so pretty. The leaves are so red and the snow is so white. This drawing makes me feel so excited. Told Maria about the memories I made there. There's really a place like that outside of Grand Trad. And one last one, I believe? Yep. The decaying estate on the floating islands. Mister, did you really go on top of a cloud? There was a building in the sky? Is it in Grand Trad too? I told her about the memories. It is in Grand Trad. Yay, and we got more things on the wall. I'm strong now, so I won't cry anymore. I'll always be here to welcome you back with a smile. Alright, we put the drawings up on the wall. Sweet. Little fairy?
Excuse me?
Hey you the one in this drawing? I knew it. You are, you're famous then. You know how crazy the world is right now, Mr. Famous Person? From where's it and what's it, everything's gone weird. Really, even just flying around out there makes me feel gross and sick. But this place feels better. So, Mr. Famous, can you do something about this awful sky? Yep, I've decided I'm gonna leave this problem to you people folk, but I think I'll stay put for a while. I'll watch over you from here, okay? Okay. Found a fairy that's not just gonna talk and fly away. Oh, hello, what are you? We get an angle to see what your face looks like. Ah, there we go. Big fluffy puppers.
This is all right.
Okay. 30 days. That's right. Go to hell, vile human prince. Okay. Man, Luis has really got everyone riled up. But that's fine, right? What's important is we don't break over this. And we talked to everyone over here. We got Basilio's stuff. Hey, Elda. Why is everyone doing such bad things? A lot of people are dying. Everyone says it's the Elda's fault. But that's not true, is it? Sorry, I said lots of mean things to you before. I feel bad, so... Please, can you make everyone stop? You there, Clamar. You support Count Luis, don't you? Huh? Of course I do. Luis and I are of the same tribe and all. Good. Then you can fork over some coin then. We need some campaign funds for all the mayhem we're planning. You agree, don't you? Oh boy. This is getting crazy. What a sight. All my past tormentors, crying and screaming. Huh. I've always wanted things to turn out this way. Oh. You're going down, sir.
Hello.
That outfit. Aren't you the candidate who claims to be the prince? If you are possessed of princely skills, then I have a task for you. There's a place some distance from Altaberry called Mount Volcano. Okay. Could I ask you to look for the War King's legendary greatsword there? The story goes that ages ago, the War King united the land under his exemplary leadership. Even the sword he carried became the stuff of legends. It's said to be of stunning, awe-inspiring craftsmanship. I've traveled many leagues in hopes of seeing it, and in fact, it's been 10 years since I first set out. It's just that Mount Volcano is a veritable den of monsters. No doubt I'd die before I found it. That's why I figured I might enlist someone so princely in my stead. Of course I'll reward you handsomely, and you're sure to find other treasures there too. What say you?
I guess so.
It is hard to turn down treasure. We might find something we could use against Luis, or if not, we could sell it and buy something that is useful. What do you think? Let's go look for that sword.
Much gratitude to you.
You really do it. You have all my gratitude. I shall, of course, prepare a suitable reward. Not to mention, the sword's yours to keep. I just want to see it.
You did it!
Oh! If we can swing it, then we get treasure and a legendary sword on top of it. Sounds kinda worth it to me. Remember, the great sword is sealed within Mount Volcano.
Let's give it a shot.
Okay. Oh, and wisdom. I think I need wisdom? Right? Oh, geez.
That's where you want to go.
It should be around there. Despite it being a volcano, apparently it's safe.
This place.
What a view!
Help me, will ya?
Hey, just don't let greed get the better of you. There are dangerous monsters there. Okay, we know the difference between bravery and foolishness. We'll prepare accordingly. Okay. Oh.
It's terrible.
Luis is the only one.
So there's just dead people on the streets now. That's awesome.
Rightfully ought to be king.
Okay, we got these two discussing stuff.
It's just too much.
My husband's been killed. Oh, I think I shall surely follow. What can a woman like me possibly do without a husband? I'm nothing, powerless. That's not true. All the time you spent supporting your husband, that took power. Not to mention, I have enjoyed the time we've had together. You make me happy, and I don't want it to end. Please calm down and consider the future. There will always be a tomorrow. Yeah, people are losing their frickin' minds here. Okay, I'm just looking for little beetles I might have missed. Who is the oh-ho-ho lady? Huh. My gosh. Neither one of you. Okay,
All right,
I am done with this street for now, but I am going to go turn this thing into...
Let's go.
Probably not this guy. I don't remember where he was. But it looks like we're gonna have to map things out.
So that's what it's come to.
Now of all times, with knowledge of the tower finally in hand, oh, such woe is me.
Something up?
What's got you so upset? And did you say something about a tower just now? An Elder with a fairy? You wouldn't be the heroes who saved the island, would you? 1,000 pardons. I've gotten excited and raised my voice, haven't I? I'm a Mustaria researcher, you see, conducting an academic investigation into the island's folklore. Within them, the one thing that's drawn my interest lately is the legend of the Three Towers. I've finally managed to pinpoint the location of one of these three spires, the Tower of Insolence, just north of this very town.
What shall I do?
However, it seems the tower is a monster's den, positively infested as it were. Given my current fortitude, I've regrettably had to put the requisite fieldwork on indefinite hold. Indeed, this must be the trial of the tower spoken of in the old tales. The one which grants a forbidden power to whomsoever completes it. But inspiration has struck me like lightning. It occurs to me that perhaps indeed the hero that saved the island might well have hardiness enough to complete such a trial. If there really is some forbidden power to be obtained, I'm sure it's safer in the hands of our illustrious hero.
Splendid.
But I suppose that having heard such astonishing tales, you're curious as to their veracity. Is it certifiably true, or is it as tall as, or is it as tall as the highest rise your mind can conjure? Well, there's but one way to know for certain, and that's to walk your way to the highest point of the Tower of Insolence, north of Altivari. Oh, and do ask an informant for the proper details. You'll be able to learn more about the trial itself as well, I presume.
Let's take a moment to prepare.
Did I not go to the Tower of Insolence already? That means I wasted a day without knowing it. Grr. Okay, there's supposed to be a secret power that dwells in the tower. I'll need all the strength I can get to fight Luis, so maybe it's worth going there. I'm quite glad the endeavor of the tower is in the hands of one so capable. I'm beaming, in fact, that it is a hero's charge. And with that, I take my leave. Ever further research awaits me. Fare thee well.
That sounds right.
Okay, he talked up that tower enough to get me curious. We should look into it if we have the time. Yeah, that sounds awesome. Scary. All right, where is the... There's another thing up here.
That sky looks proper angry.
Excuse me, could you possibly be the prince? There are all manner of unpleasant rumors floating around, but I don't believe a word of them. In truth, I've had my eye on you since the exhibition.
Sublime.
And then, after learning that your lineage was as remarkable as your deeds, I knew for certain you are worthy of being the next king. To show my appreciation for you, Your Highness, I have prepared a special promotion of sorts. I call it the Warm Heart Full Wallet Hot Springs Campaign. You have but to bathe in a hot spring, Your Highness, and you'll receive a reward. If you put some of the hot spring water you bathed in into this vial and bring it to me as proof, I'll have 30,000 reeve to give you. She's buying my bath water. Okay. Is that acceptable?
Whoa.
So you're just gonna pay us to take a bath? This seems weird. Shady even.
It's too much to take.
Why, His Highness works so hard to save his people. I just want to help him. I just want him to have a moment to relax and to offer a little extra monetary support. That is my sole desire. Will you accept this vial as a token of this humble merchant's goodwill? Sure.
Just sublime.
My word, such kindness. It is an honor to know you believe in me. The hot spring's in here, underneath Blue Sky Bridge. A bit gloomy, I know, especially being that it's only open at night. Oh, the hot spring is here. Gotcha. But the baths are a slice of heaven.
Would you?
You can always find me here. Please let me know when you've acquired the spring water.
Let's give it a shot.
Oh, man. Okay, we'll head there if you want to take a bath. At night. Gotcha. Still at 1,000, huh? As of yet, thou art but one that has lost everything. Believe in the lesson of thy journey thus far to become the true king of this land. Thou must charge valiantly into the face of anxiety, with us close to thy heart. Okay.
All right, then.
That was the wrong bumper, but we got some story out of it. Where is this dude? There he is.
Let's go.
Found him. Hey, you don't have to fight Luis anymore, sir. Got it all figured out.
Splendid.
Wait, that dangerous-looking club is the Bramblethorn Baton. I never thought I'd see it. Let me get a closer look. This is the Zeocropus Club. There's no doubt about it, so you really did defeat it. Well, are you gonna say it now? Come on, admit that we're powerful enough to take on Luis. I will admit that you're clearly stronger than the Zeocropus, but it still remains to be seen if you're stronger than Luis. Nevertheless, you took me seriously, and for that, I must admit my heart is moved. No matter who it may be, you'll pay genuine attention to anyone in need. You're far more qualified to be king than Luis. Perhaps you really will be able to push past Luis and onto that shining throne. You have my respect. Grudgingly.
You've been a real help to me, you know.
Take this as a token of my support. I hope it will help in your fight against that vile pretender. Your reputation precedes you, so here, take a little extra. Go on.
Mission accomplished.
Hey, so that was almost 8. Isn't Luis only at 8.5?
All right,
We do need a little wisdom. Awesome. Good, 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 good. It seems I misunderstood you. For that, I apologize. It will be far from easy to defeat Louise, but know I am on your side.
Yeah.
Fight hard. We appreciate the thought. Let's not let him down. Ugh. That is a weight off my shoulders.
It's too much to take.
Alright, so... Nothing in here. Just make sure to pick up all the quests for now so we can plan out the rest of this month. I don't know if there's anything in the tavern. It does not look like it.
What more can I do?
Okay.
All right, then. Let's head there right away.
I don't think I've ever picked up a quest in a shop, so I should be safe, right? Oh, this is the recruitment center thing? Yeah. Do we have any bounties here that we have to pick up?
Anyone catch your eye?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Okay. Looks like that a Brylehaven bounty, Grand Trad bounty, and Altaberry bounty. All right.
Quite the daredevil, aren't you?
I need someone to defeat the great bird monster Kokimordos, and you're probably the only ones who can do it. It's legendary throughout Oceania. They say it's a Kokisados that's lived for hundreds of years, growing enormously strong as a result. In the past, it's appeared near Brylehaven. Each time, a delegation is formed and dispatched to kill it, but they've all failed. The best they could ever do was wound it, but each and every time, it just fled back to some skybound ruins. So it flew back to its perfect little hiding spot and no one could chase after it. Until we came along with a Skyrunner. Guess it really is up to us. Well, thank you. As it stands, the city's on the verge of succumbing to a total panic. In truth, the rumors about the beast are more worrying than the damage it's caused directly. The great monster bird brings plague and famine with it, they say. A plague? Is there any truth to that? It's just superstition, but in this day and age, the panic caused by such rumors can spread instantly, like flames across a parched field. The situation was already chaotic, and just the thought of a plague may be enough to push an already anxious populace into rioting. Things could get worse at any moment. Then we've got to stop it. So where can we find this bird monster? You know those mushroom-shaped rocks out in the Brylehaven Sea? At the top of one of those, there's a ruin known as the Manor of the Ascendant. Seems that bird happened upon the ruins some time ago and decided it would be the perfect nest. It's not a place that just anyone can get to. There's undoubtedly plenty of danger waiting for you there. But there are also rumors that the place houses a fabulous treasure.
I have high hopes for you.
At any rate, if you manage to slay Kokimordos, bring me the cockatrice crest as evidence. I'll give you your reward then. Okay, the birds lived for hundreds of years and got so strong they changed its name. Check out the informant for more information. Ooh, this place is on a rock, right? Ruins on top of a rock. Sure is weird, huh? But we should be able to get there if we fly.
This place.
Okay, and this one is the bandit. Oh, it's a dude. All right.
Quite the daredevil, aren't you?
Seems there's more than monsters causing trouble nowadays. This contract will require you to assassinate Founder Sistis, the leader of some religious fanatics. And by religion, I don't mean sanctism or even the pagans. This is just some nameless sect out there proclaiming death to be the true salvation. If they die before the world is destroyed, they think they'll be reborn in a different one. They say that this world of ours is fated to end, and dying is the only means of rescue. If they kept their delusional fantasies to themselves, it wouldn't be our problem. But now they're attacking people near Grand Trad in the name of salvation.
Yes, but...
Yep, that's going too far. They're no better than common bandits. Indeed, security in Grand Trad's bad enough with all that's going on, so this death cult is pushing us over the edge. Some have even started sympathizing with their ideology. By all accounts, it's chaos in Grand Trad right now. So please, for the sake of Grand Trad, end these attacks by ending Bandit Chief Sistis. Thank you. Frankly, there isn't a moment to lose. Just between you and me, I've heard they've got their hands on a secret weapon that can kill people en masse, and brought it to their hideout. It's pathetic that they got such a thing under our noses, but the military has its hands full keeping the peace and hunting down monsters. We need you right now.
I have high hopes for you.
Bring me the Founder's Hatchet for the job after the job's done. Deliver that and you'll get the reward. We don't know what we're up against, so it'd probably be good to talk to an informant. Okay, they're north of Grand Trad and the disgraced ruins.
Let's do it.
Oh, they're way north. There's another point of interest right there. Who'd think there'd be ruins way out there? Just what are they planning in there? It's pretty far, but if we fly, we should arrive before the day ends.
We'll face danger here.
Then we have Ordemus.
Like the daredevil, aren't you?
Much obliged for taking this contract on. Everyone else is reluctant to even attempt it. See this place? Well, back during a famine, a plan was hatched to save food, and it involved abandoning the people there and leaving them to die. Of course, it's an antiquated practice nowadays, but the rumor is that Monster is the manifestation of those people's lingering resentment. But if this creature, the Ordemus, is left as is, it's highly likely that it will start to terrorize the neighboring areas as well. If the old superstitions don't deter you, then by all means, take it down. So what say you? Will you do it? Sure. I could tell by looking at you that you're the dependable type. The place in question is called the Abandoned Path. Ordemus won't show its face willingly. You first have to get its attention by going after the Rigopetia, a type of snake monster. Rigopetia? The snake has sharp senses, so it reports any intruders to Ordemus, which then does the fighting. They've got something of a symbiotic relationship. Once you've taken it down, bring me the bloodstained talon. That'll get you your reward. And go to an informant. Gotcha. Oh, that one's first. Okay, thing is, we'll need to access the forest path by land. Flying's too risky given the volatile weather in the mountains.
And right there's a labyrinth.
Okay, well, poo-poo. Well, I had to get his... This is Loveless, right? I had to get Loveless's runner anyways here. So that's fine.
What a view!
We'll face danger here.
Okay, that looks like all of them.